Hi everyone, it's Az here from HeelvsBabyface. There was no Batwoman this week. Could you imagine if they put it up against the Super Bowl? Oh, the ratings. But alas, like last year, they did the same. They did not put it up against the Super Bowl. Batwoman returns next Sunday. However, I can't let you guys and gals go without your weekly dose of cringe. And I ain't talking about this opening for the video. Stop it. Oh boy. After the Super Bowl on CBS, they debuted a brand new series, The Equalizer. Now, some of you may say, hey, Az, that name's kind of familiar. Where have I heard it before? Well, if you're an old fogey like me, then you grew up watching The Equalizer in the 80s with Edward Woodward. Or, as one of my super chats said the other day, nobody silence as Edward Woodward. And it ran for 4 seasons, and he played Robert McCall, who was an ex, an XX, and he would go around helping people. And, I'm not going to lie, it was an 80s show, and it wasn't fantastic, but as a kid, you liked it. It's one of those shows as a kid that you liked and you got into. And then 30 odd years passed. Well, it finished in 1985, I think. And then 30 odd years passed. And in 2014, the franchise returned with none other than Denzel Washington playing Robert McCall. Now, I can already hear a few people go, but Az, hey, aren't you always going on about, isn't it stupid the way that they keep on race changing and gender swapping and all that kind of stuff? I do. But not when a franchise has been dormant for 30 years, and it wasn't exactly a monumental franchise anyway, and you want to try something. I'm talking about more the immediate popular characters of today that suddenly people come into the franchise and go, do you know what would make this franchise better as if it had a vagina? That's the kind of shite which gets me. Which is quite funny, because that's exactly what they did with the Equal. So anyway, Denzel Washington has 2 films, 2014, 2018. I enjoyed them both. I thought the first one was better than the second, but they were both highly enjoyable movies. Kind of hoping they might do a third, but no. They decided to make a TV series again. Excellent. Who are they going to have as Robert McCall? Shut up, Az. It's current day. Now we're going to stick a vagina on it. And it's going to be Robin McCall, not Robert McCall. Robin with a Y, of course, because womansies. And they're going to be the titular character. Okay. So which fit, athletic, believable woman did they decide to cast in the role of Robin McCall? Somebody that has seen stuff in their life, somebody who you can turn to and they'll get shit done. A Queen Latifah, or as I like to say, Queen Latifah, because that's what this fucking show was, a massive queef. Oh boy, yes. Oh dear. Now then, as a kid, you could believe Edward Woodward as the Equalizer. Edward Woodward. You could absolutely believe Denzel Washington as Robert McCall, the Equalizer, because it's fucking Denzel Washington. You know what I mean? And Queen Latifah. No. I don't know how she moves around half the time, to be honest with you, but it's just as well, because whenever something how should I put this nicely? Athletic happens in the show. They have about 68,000 jump cuts so that she could sit down between movements and get her breath back. So, we got a terrible, what appears to be anyway, terrible casting for the show. They've done the typical gender swap because it's current daisies. Is the show, though, any good? Did the show actually subvert my expectations and hit a home touchdown, just like Thomas Bradley did last night for the Tampa Bay swashbuckling Nears? No, it was dog shit. The show was dog shit. Let's go through it, shall we? Because I knows. I couldn't believe what I was watching. This is on CBS, so this is going to pop a good rating, right? Because this is straight after the Super Bowl. There's going to be millions of people still watching the TV. This is going to pop a good rating. And CBS is that broadcaster that put Supergirl on initially before they dumped it down to the CW in season 2 onwards. And that show did 13 million for its debut, and it averaged around just under 7 million an episode throughout the whole season, and it was not good, not enough for CBS, not good enough. Wow. So when this show came along, they went like this, went, hello, who's there? It's generic. Oh, come in. We know exactly what you are. This show wasn't just generic. It didn't make any fucking sense. Robin McCall didn't need any superpowers or any of her band of followers that she uses. No. She had her own superpower. It was the power of fucking coincidence. Because wherever she was, shit just happened. Just happened. Wherever she needed to be, don't worry. Sorted by the power of fucking coincidence. Okay. Enough foreplay. There's been nearly 10 minutes of foreplay. I don't even do that in reality. I'm already done and snoring and drooling. Look, it's only this guy. So it starts off with this lovely young lady in a cafe, and she's closing up. She's talking to her mum, maybe, on the phone, hands-free, talking about, tomorrow, I got my interview to get my scholarship for college because I've been working so hard because I'm going to be the bestest ever. It's just... yeah, all right, darling, we've heard it all before. And then she takes the trash out the back, and a guy goes, run! And she goes, oh! And then he gets shot. And then he dies his ease, and so she runs away. Now, come close. He was obviously shot by a white man. So there were two guys, and the white guy obviously shoots the black guy because oppression. And they chase the girl back into the cafe. Where is she hiding? Where is she hiding? Then we can hear Nina, Nina, because the police really respond quickly in this neighborhood. Apparently. Just one gunshot goes off and it's all quick to the New York PC police mobiles. We know exactly where to go as well. Even though nobody, excuse me, nobody has discovered the body. Nobody. But we got police cars en route to some destination because there was a gunshot sounding sound. So I'm not a member of the CIA. I know. Some of you may be shocked by that. I'm not even a policeman, nor have I had any detective training in my lifetime. But just from the rule of logic, right? These guys say to each other, well, we can't leave any witnesses. And I'm just looking around and like, well, the girl ran back into the cafe. It's on a singular level. There doesn't appear to be any steps at all that's been shown whatsoever. The front door of the cafe is closed and there are windows everywhere, so you could see if somebody had run out the front and was running away. So she's clearly hiding very nearby. But these two, who turn out later to be the most professional professionals ever sees, and are actually wanted for war crimes. Oh my God, what did they do? Say, hey, we'll come back another time. We'll come back another time! She's right fucking there, behind the counter. You could just like, look into the stalls, look behind there. Oh yeah, she's hiding behind the fucking counter. Because that's a place that I would have never think to look if I was looking for somebody. So they leave. They leave. Queen Latifah has a dream about bang bang explosions back in the army when I was a real tough nut, because now I weigh a metric ton. And look, she gets up and has a conversation with this bitch. I ain't got a fucking clue who she is. I tried to listen back. I swear to God, she doesn't say who she is. It might be her auntie. Might be her auntie. But she was like mumbling like a mofo. I couldn't hear what she said. She's like, oh. And then they never pick up on who she is after that. She's just some woman living in the house for all I give a shit. Oh boy. Anyway. She's just like, hey, you've quit your charity job. CIA. Why don't you just go back to bed and I'll take care of your 17-year-old daughter and take her shopping for a dress for the prom or whatever. The police are at the crime scene, having a look at the dead guy. They see that he's got track marks on him. And the white police officer, Officer Fatfuck, what? I can ridicule other fatties like myself. And he's just like, oh, well, at least he got high before he got shot, hey? To which the other detective looked at him and was just like, ugh, white men, white people. So they take the witness, because they said there's a witness to the crime, to the police station. She gets a couple of artistic images of the guys who were chasing her, which she barely got a look at, by the way, before she fucking legged it. He's just like, anything else you can tell us? She's like, no, not really. Then a policewoman comes along and says, hey, can I take you into this room, which is adjacent to the table where you're interviewing her, and she can see exactly what's going on inside? And somebody doctored the footage to make it look like she came around the corner and shot the guy. What? You're telling me that the reason why this guy was shot and killed was so important, was so needed to be covered up, that they doctored the CTV footage using the power of Jesus and miracles, erasing the two people, putting her in, making her avatar do that shooting, getting it all absolutely digitally perfect, and continuing, of course. And the two guys in the fucking restaurant were just like, oh, we'll come back later to find her. We'll come back later. This show is fucking 3 minutes old. And I'm already like, what is this trash? Trash! So the girl sees them looking at the footage and is like, I'm fucking out of here. And is gone. Queen Latifah is taking her daughter shopping. And the daughter's just like, buy me this dress. I want to look like a fucking slut. And she's like, you're 17. I want you with a dress with a bit more skin on it. And the daughter's like, I'm a privileged little bitch. And I don't give a shit. Chris Noth looks like an angry white guy that's probably going to shank a bitch. Bumps into Queen Latifah and gives her a note saying, meet me at the Ferris wheel, Wonder Wheel, at 10 p.m. While Queen Latifah's daughter is still being an obnoxious cow. So she turns up at 10 o'clock and they have a chat. And he's just like, you were the bestest ever. And she's like, yes, Queen, I am. Well, literally, Queen Latifah. And he's just like, can you join the CIA again? And she's just like, we'll give you anything you want. More time with your daughter, less time with your daughter, more money, your own team, whatever it is. And she's like, you can't buy trust. Nah, I'm not doing it. So he's like, all right, deuces. If you change your mind, here's my card. I shitteth ye not. She turns around, doesn't walk. She literally just turns around, and the victim / perpetrator, who the police are now after, is walking right behind her and entering into the fence and going down a pathway into the Wonder Wheel. And Queen Latifah's just like, oh my god, this looks really suspicious. A black girl with a white guy? He must be trying to rape her. Because that's the only reason why a white guy would be with a black girl. Oh, she was right. He's gonna take her money and rape her. But she brought him money so that he could give her a fake passport. A fake passport and a new, ticket out of here so she can start somewhere else. And the girl says to the guy, my friends told me you could do this. And then the guy's like, yeah, I'm going to take your money. I'm going to grape you. So are my friends. We're all going to take turns graping you. And then we'll give you your passport. And I was like, holy shit, her friends must be fucking wankers. Wanker. Anyway, Queen Latifah just turns up and is just like, I'm neighborhood watch. That girl don't look like she wants to be here. Leave her alone. He's like, yeah, I'm Dmitri. I am typical Slavian-esque immigrant who come US to rape black girl. And we then get 55,000 jump cuts as she takes them all out. You can't tell what the fucking doodle-doo is going on because it doesn't want to show you because Queen Latifah can't fucking move. And I laughed, and I laughed, and I laughed. So she says, she takes the girl away and she's just like, hey, I was a black girl once. I'll help you out. I'll take you to some friends of mine. So she's got an Asian friend. Obviously, we gotta have some more diversity. And she's the owner of a bar and she's the bestest ever. She drinks the guys under the table. She beats them at darts. She takes all their monies. And Queefa's like, can you look after this girlfriend of mine? I don't know why, but and she's like, of course I can. And then she takes her down to the basement where her Jewish husband is, because more diverse. And he's just like the bestest ever at computer hacking. He's just like, what would you like me to do? She's just like, I'd like you to recreate baby Jesus. And he's like, boom, hacked it. Hacked it. Because he can hack everything. In other words, Deus Ex Machina. That's what they're going to be. And look at the size of his TV. And he's like, I got hired by a security firm to hack their unhackable software. It took me 17 minutes. I'm slow, right? Fuck off. So they put the girl up in a room in some hotel or some shit. She's just like, here's a change of clothes. That pink top is like super cute. Don't look out the windows. Don't call anyone. And don't go to your sponsorship, whatever. Scholarship meeting tomorrow. Dun, dun, dun. I wonder what's going to happen. So Queen Latifah's just like, I got to help this girl. And he's like, don't. And she's like, I got to. And he's like, okay, then I'll help too. Girl's crying. So they take her telephone and they turn it on to lure out the criminals. And the criminal's just like, hey, we got a GPS hit on the waitress's mobile phone. I got a question. I got a question. How you barely saw her. How did you know what phone she had? Oh, don't tell me. You just hacked into the phone network and okay, whatever. Don't think about it. Stop thinking. It just happened. Okay, they just happened to know this. So they turn up and they find it in a bin and they're just like, she won't get far. No, literally, that's what they said. She won't get far. So Queen Latifah somehow managed to get across the road in that time, plant a tracking device, and come back and not be out of breath or having a heart attack. I call bullshit. She goes to bed, her daughter wakes her up and is just like, Mom, I'm an obnoxious bitch. Take me to fucking school. Right. Police, the guy's looking through all the girls' stuff and he's just like, this doesn't add up. Oh, by the way, I found a scholarship letter for the meeting. So, Queen Latifah is now tracking the trackers because she put a tracker on them. And then they go out. So she takes pictures of, excuse me, all the shit that looking at. Sorry, my throat is so dry. Going through all of this, and I forgot to get myself a glass of water before I... So she's having a look at all their intel, and then she takes a photograph of this on... which they're just showing off on the whiteboard, you know. And then she hears a sound from the laptop, and the laptop says, sound alert. And then she traces this red wire. This red wire, which goes to a bomb. Now, this is a good bomb. This isn't one of those nasty bombs. This is a good bomb. This is a bomb that when she opened it up, it didn't say, boomsies, you're dead. Oh my God. No. This bomb, when she opened it up, it said, okay, I'm going to give you like, I don't know, like 15, 20 seconds for you to try and run out of the building and get away. Then I'm going to go boomsies. Okay, I'm going to start. We won't count that. I'm going to start the clock. Oh, she's gone. She's already gone. Well, she needed it. She's not in the best of shape now, is she? Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, boom. One of those bombs, you know? One of those movie bombs which shouldn't detonate immediately, which it should fucking do. When you've got an intruder in your secret secret base special. So it goes kaboom, and I tell you what, there were some great special effects here, and I'm not talking about the fire, I'm talking about Queen Latifah trying to run. Jesus Christ, the amount of jump cuts they needed to make her run 5 yards. Holy shit. So hooker, Chinese hooker, I don't know what she is. Look at her, Chinese hooker. Is taking out shrapnel or debris from her back, and then Queen Latifah's like, what are these? And they're like, dunno. And she's like, okay. And then the girl decides, excuse me, I was burping out of disgust for the show. The girl decides that she's going to go to the whatsamajiggy, the scholarship interview, because she's fucking stupid. That would be the fail. No, you're wanted by the police and you turned it to a scholarship interview. Fail. So she meets back up with Chris North, and she's just like, look, some bad shit's going down, and these are bad people, and they've got like a super tattoo on them, which means they're naughty people. And he's like, here's a file that tells you that they're really naughty people and they're wanted for war crimes. And they're just like, this doesn't seem to add up. Why were these two guys kill this law firm dude in an alleyway and then have it super duper duper whooper secretly hidden up? And then they're just like, when it chases back to bad white man industries, oh my God, I'm a generic bad white man! Look. I'm super bad. I'm like rich. I own a company. I'm white and I'm like super evil. Okay. Who's there? Generic. I've got enough. I've got enough fucking generic to last me. Thank you. Goodbye. What, are you trying to say that you don't like generic bad white guy? So he's just like, oh my God, this car drove itself because the future is driveless cars. So if you need protection, your car can drive you to the supermarket. I'm shipping the software next year. Now put that on all my social medias because I'm such a pompous twat. So Queen Latifah managed to find herself here because, like I said, her superpower is the power of fucking coincidence. It's not as if you'd need any sort of pass to get through or any sort of security check or anything like that whatsoever. No. She goes, hi, is it my sponsorship interview? And they go like, no, it's the police, you dumb bitch. And the police are just like, we're going to arrest you for stupid cow. Anyway, generic white guy gets into his car and he's just like, drive me to my evil warehouse. And Queen Latifah's just like, I gave your chauffeur the day off. How? How did you do that? You were a literal fucking air track. You couldn't have knocked him out and dragged him anywhere. Everyone would have seen you. There's nowhere that you could have put him. So did you just go, hi, I'm fucking Miss Nobody that you've never fucking seen before. And I'm telling you, take five, take a break, and I'll be driving the boss back home. Okay. Okay, take a break over then. Bye. Can we have at least a smattering of believability? Smattering! Apparently not. So she's like, I know that you're a bad man. And he's just like, well, if I'm a bad man, then you better be careful because you never know when the train might come running through your... I don't know. They were talking shite. And then she leaves the car, and yes, she's successfully cloned his phone. And then he immediately gets on the phone and is just like, that bitch who was after you guys is now after me. I want her dead. And she's just like, ha ha, I can hear it all because I cloned your phone. So they say, that woman says, hi, the attorney for the girl is here. And then Mr. Panface is just like, oh, you're a black woman. I must immediately be attracted to you. And then she's just like, well, the last time you were with an attorney, you punched them. So you need to leave, sir. And he's just like, oh. And then she's just like, what are you doing here? And she's just like, just trust me. We're going to get you out of here. And then he's like, who are you? And he was like, no. Actually, let me get this right. Because this guy's actually all right. This guy's all right. And he's just like, I know what you district attorneys are like. You're going to take the plea option for this girl because the evidence looks cast iron, but don't. Something doesn't add up here. This case is fishy. Something's wrong. Look into it. Fight for her. And she's just like, damn, that's a beautiful bit of black ass. I'm going to top later. I'm going to peg later. So she's just like, hey, Asian girl with stripper hooker heels, what's your sniper training like nowadays? Because she was the bestest sniper ever. So they're driving they're moving the police van to prison. And because they got the phone cloned, they can hear the bad guys going, when she gets to prison, we're going to kill her. Oh my God, she won't listen. Night. It's going to be so funny. So the sniper woman shoots the tires. Queen Latifah does some really terrible... Well, the stunt person does it for her, but... Oh boy. This is... Oh, look at... What is this? Driving in my car. Driving for two... And then they kidnap the girl again, and generic bad guy's like, oh my God, you suck. So they're like, right, what we're gonna do? And she's just like, oh no, my daughter never checked in, so I gotta come home. So she comes home, she's got a daughter with her, and she's just like, oh my God, my daughter turned up at that party with that hooker dress whore on because she stole it from the shop. And then she was getting drunk and smoking weed. And so she's like, right, I'll leave you. Whoever this fucking weird woman is, I'll leave you to talk it. And then she's just like, what are you doing? Throwing your life away, looking like a hooker whore. And she's just like, well, just because she's such an obnoxious bitch. I have everything I could possibly want. I got a beautiful house. We got money. I've got a good education. I got access to amazing things. But I'm still a bitch because I'm generic. And she's like, why? Just because I have everything, that doesn't mean that I can be unhappy. Just because you look after orphans in Africa doesn't mean that I can't be unhappy. And she's like, right, you're grounded. No iPod, no iPad. Oh my God, you have a book from college. Those numbers look like the numbers that I have. Coincidence! I'm off to the local library. Here's the local library. Yes, they correspond to a book. And the stuff that we need's in the book. And then the bad guys are just there. And he's like, surprise, motherfucker. And she's like, yes, I am rather surprised because you two were trying to work out what this fucking thing was and you couldn't. And I'm the one who's tracking you. But somehow you just turn up here not knowing who I am. Whatever. Guess that was just a coincidence. Jesus. So they're just like, they knock her out. They take her to some place, and they're just like, who are you? She's just like, I know who you are. Don't try and waterboard me, because you can't just say that I died of drugs with a bullet wound in my ass or whatever. And she's like, but I know everything about you, David Watson-Majiggy and Richard whatever the names were. And she's like, and when you waterboarded me, I hit my necklace, and my necklace sent a homing beacon, and now there's a bunch of CIA guys, and they're all coming in, and you're under arrest! This is shit! And then the phone rings, and generic evil man answers. And he's just like, is she dead? And and it's Queen Latifah on the phone. She goes, no, but she's coming for you. And then she cuts the lights to his house. And then he can hear his security guards getting taken out one by one as Queen Latifah walks very, very slowly around the house. Because that's all she can fucking do. And then he's just like, oh my God, I'm just a useless white man, even though I have billions and access and security, but that doesn't matter when you've got the power of coincidence against you. And then he tries to run away, and his car won't start because Super Hacker Man made his car not work. And then Queen Latifah's just like, why did you do it? I guess I'm gonna find out. I went through your files. I found out that 87 people died in your driveless cars when you were testing them, and you covered it up. You managed to cover up 87 murders. 87 murders on test drives. And I guess you thought killing that young black law guy person who was going to blow the whistle was going to cover your tracks. Then she gives the evidence to the police, which shows the correct footage of the people shooting her. And then Queen Latifah takes the girl to college, and she's just like, hey, I can't make them give you a scholarship, but at least we can turn up and give you a chance to speak your truth. And then she's like, right, I'm going to spend the next couple of minutes talking about how much of a victim my rich, obnoxious bitch of a daughter is, who wants for nothing, who has the best education, but because of the color of her skin, she's a victim. And she's like, hey, I stole a car when I was 17. And you know what people saw? They just saw a black woman behind a stolen car. And I'm just like, yeah, because that's what it was, you dumb cow. And then she's just like, and people are waiting. They're desperate to put a black girl behind bars nowadays. I'm like, no, they're not. They're not. They're really not. I mean, if you just want to be a perpetual victim, sure. But you're trying to play victim, and you work for the CIA top. They want you back. You were so good. You were the bestest ever, according to them and you. You have a beautiful house, a beautiful family. Maybe it didn't work out with your husband, but your daughter, she's an obnoxious cow, but she wants for nothing because of your success. But you're a fucking victim. Fuck off. Fuck off with this bollocks bullshit victim narrative because the color of your skin. You fucking pathetic. Pathetic. Particularly when you're living in an affluent fucking house and have an affluent lifestyle. It's obnoxious. And then she's just like, hey, where do people turn if they don't have anywhere to turn? And she's like, got a problem? Odds against you? Try and get Denzel Washington because he's 10 times better. This was trash. Absolute trash. Embarrassing. And this is on main CBS. This was embarrassing. It looked cheap. It was mediocrely acted. The black policeman was the only character I liked in the whole show. The victim girl, she weren't bad. She weren't bad. But Queen Latifah and a posse of fucktards? Nah, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I think one victim show's enough for now. See you later, Batwoman. We'll see you next week. So yeah, it's probably going to do a good rating because it came off the Super Bowl and it's on CBS. But my God, it'd be interesting to see how the ratings do go for the show over the course of the season, because this was generic and shit. Hope you enjoyed the vid. If you did, do get a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel. Follow me on social media and YouTube for live streaming. Links are in the description box down below. I'll be back with some more stuff very soon. You take care. Bye for now.